Hey guys, how are we doing? As you can see, I'm already in a trade. I'm really sorry. I think there is a good chance this could get break even, but I'm just being conservative with this one. Because yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We've put in equal lows here, so that gives me some hope. But yeah, I just wanted to go break even after we touch this. We didn't even touch that low. Oh yeah, we did. Wait. This low. Oh damn, we didn't even touch it. Okay, I technically have gone break even too early then. But oh well, I'm gonna keep it. I would prefer us not to come back up here. Like if we are gonna play out this bearish move that I'm in, I feel there's no need for us to come back up to where my entry is. So that is the reason for going break even. We've put in these stacked equal lows right here, and we have an imbalanced range below after sweeping London high and taking out the previous 4-hour high as well. So yeah, I feel like here at the 6 a.m. open, this was putting in the high of that 4-hour candle. So hopefully we're going to distribute lower, but I could be completely wrong. And if I am, it's totally fine. We're risk free, so we can reanalyze if we do get stopped break even. I would imagine that this is not the high. Today, obviously below us, we have a lot of liquidity. I'm going to do this on this side of the screen. But yeah, we have London low, we have Trudeau open, and we have Asia low. So I would expect us to be bearish during pre-market. But we might not want to go yet. You know, we'll just have to see. We have 2 lots of SMT with ES, so we're definitely on the right side. Definitely on the right side of asset wise, which is nice. So yeah. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie with this trade. I think there is a good chance I could get stopped out break even. Oh damn, I literally just like wished that into existence. Okay, dude. Why did I say that? Why did I say that? Damn. Okay, there we go. That was kind of expected. I did want to give these shorts a go because I did like the entry. I like the manipulation. We had this manipulation above negative 2.5. We broke below, etc., etc. But yeah, sadly we got break even there. Whatever, that's fine. I don't mind that. I do think we will come down to rebalance this range, honestly. But yeah. Let's see whether we would have got stopped out or not. I probably did lose money on this trade as well because bills. Okay, we only lost $11. I can cope with that. I can cope with that. Let me pin the Discord community for us right now. There we go. Awesome. Okay, let's see whether my break even was a good move or not. We can learn from this. Because we didn't actually touch this low. I'd actually drawn this wrong. So yeah, let's see whether I still should have gone break even though. I'll be learning from all my trades. Good morning, everybody. Monday high is your target. Nice. I just feel we were bullish in Asia. Well, to be fair, we did kind of consolidate in Asia session, to be fair. Yeah, we kind of consolidated, actually. We're bullish in London session, so I would expect some sort of New York reversal based on those sessions. And we've swept out a ton of buy side. Like, a ton. We swept out these, like, relative equal 4-hour highs. So, yeah, that's my reasoning for being bearish so far. Until proven otherwise, I will be bearish. Yeah, exactly. I mean, when we have price is clearly in a uptrend right now, so obviously bullish, some sort of continuation longs would have been the more ideal setup than taking shorts, which is why I did go break even pretty like faster than I usually would. Usually I don't go break even anywhere before like 2R, but yeah, this honestly looks like it could potentially save me, so I'm not too mad about it at all. I wanted to take this down into this imbalance range somewhere into OTE. I don't think this is going to be the high by any means, but I did think that we would reject back into this range, rebalance, and then come and take that high, and then potentially have that New York reversal that I'm assuming that we will have. But yeah. So these are my fib settings. If you want to copy them, you can take a screenshot of them. By all means, go for it. Yeah, these are the settings that I have that I like to use. Yeah. Lots of you guys are bullish. I don't know whether I agree right now. Until proven otherwise, I would be bearish. BH. BBH. Just taking out a ton. I mean, we could come up and take out this Asia high, to be fair. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. But we've just taken out a lot buy side, I feel like. But we are on, what day of the week is it? It's Wednesday. Wednesday. So if we look at the daily chart, we had, yeah, I could expect today to be, yeah, okay, I agree. Daily chart wise, the daily chart looks pretty bullish. I agree with that. I think we could have some sort of reversal though, back into the range and then continue higher. There's no way we're just going to continue going higher and higher and higher and higher. I don't even think, is London range balance? Let me see. Let me see. Okay, that's balance. That's also balanced. Okay, I think London range is balanced. To be fair. We wouldn't have got stopped out yet, to be fair. Yeah, I get you. I would definitely prefer longs. Like, I would be more confident with longs, but if I see the short setup, I'm going to take it, but just be more conservative. Like, I had a much wider stop loss than I usually do. I usually have like a 12-point stop loss. So I had a wider stop, went break even earlier, which, you know. All right, I think I'd be, cortisol would be spiked right now. I'm still in this trade, I feel. Bang. Okay, W break even. Let's go. I'm super happy with that. It's always good to know that you won't go break even in the right places. So yeah, I'm super happy about that actually. Let me take a screenshot of that. Can learn off every trade, whether they're break even, win, loss, whatever it is, I can learn off all of them. So yeah, studying my trades is actually what has helped me the most, I feel. When is my next payout? Honestly, whenever I take it. I was one trade away from blowing my alpha accounts, and as you can see, I have recovered, well, to some extent I've recovered them. This one is still an $800 drawdown, which for me, like a good win, is $800. So I just need one more winning trade to get this back to break even, and then this other qualified is nearly at break even. So yeah, these guys were, well, this one was like a few trades away from being blown, but this one was at 98 to 200 balance. So yeah, we managed to recover that, which I'm super happy about. That would have been so sad. Hey Claudia, I'm interested to know about how you maintain daily journaling, your emotions, and what action you take, how you review. Can you share the format? I don't have a specific format. That is something that I actually want to make, like, because I feel I do a lot of my journaling about emotions on TradeZella, but I actually feel I would prefer to do it in some sort of structured, like, paper. You know what I mean? Like, let me know what you guys think, but I personally prefer journaling, like, emotions and psychology on paper. Like, I feel like it's just way more personal when you're writing that down rather than typing. Like, I love TradeZella for the analytics and tracking trades, and, like, you know, adding my screenshots in there is all super nicely laid out. I just feel like for emotions and psychology, I feel like I want to move it onto paper. Like, I've been thinking about this. It just feels way more personal when I'm writing that on paper, and it feels like I can really brain dump, really, like, get into it. I don't know. Why didn't you kill trade 50% stop loss? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh, damn. I don't know. There should be reasons and confluences to decide, not feelings. I don't know what you're saying that in reference to. Guys, I need context. For sure, I agree, like, higher time frame bias, we are bullish, but that does not mean that, like, I wouldn't be open to taking shorts, because price does not just go like this, right? Price goes like this, you know? Okay, let me put ES back on this side so I can understand what's going on. Oh, I did cut the loss. I got break even. Hey, how's your trading going nowadays? I haven't been here in some time. Hey, nice to have you back. My trading, you know, I don't know how to, it's not good, but it's not bad. In fact, like, it's okay. I think it's a hard pill to swallow because I've only recently moved to trading high risk to reward, right? And it is hard to just grasp the fact that if you're trading higher risk to reward, you're gonna have a lower win rate. So it almost feels like, because I have a lower win rate than I did before when I was trading like 1R, but that's inevitable because now my average trade is anywhere between 3 and 4R. So like it makes sense for why I would have a lower win rate, but I feel like it's hard psychologically because it feels like I've gone backwards in terms of development because I now have, like, I'm taking more losses, but like my P&L is still pretty good, you know? So yeah, it's pretty hard. And obviously, while you're still coming to terms with a higher risk reward strategy, like your win rate is going to be even lower because obviously your win rate will increase over time. The more that I analyze my losses, I understand mistakes, I add more elements to the model, add more rules and things like that. So yeah. Yeah, so higher risk reward, I would say is a little bit harder on my mental for sure. But I'm getting used to it because I just prefer that way of trading. Like, I love the fact that I can take 3 losses in a row and then take 1 win and I can be up overall. Like, I like that. I really enjoy that aspect about high risk to reward. Like, it has a lot of room for mistakes, whereas if you're trading low risk to reward, it really doesn't. Now, that's not to say that lower risk to reward is like the worst approach to take, because it's definitely not. In fact, I would probably argue it's a better approach to take if you're trading prop firms, because I watched I can't remember what his YouTube name is now, but I know that he's called Thomas Quant on TikTok. You might have heard of him, but he's a quant trader and he does quite a lot of analysis of like famous trading influencers strategies and stuff. He tries to code them. You might have seen him. I watched his video about something to do with prop firms. He was kind of breaking it down and he basically like did all the calculations and came to the conclusion that you're trading prop firms, you are more likely to be successful if you're trading lower risk reward. Like, lower risk reward models are better rewarded on prop firms, which I didn't realize until now, but I guess it makes sense. But I guess it's different if you have a non-consistency funded account. I feel like this was based on consistency funded accounts, so I guess that's different. But yeah, I didn't know that, honestly. I am trying to get a non-consistency funded account. I have a couple evals ongoing right now. I have a Lucid Flex eval and I have an Alpha Futures Premium eval. That's in like a decent amount of profit. That's the one that I traded on Friday. Yeah, so we're up 2k on this. You need 6k to pass, so I'm about a third of the way there. I was in 1k of drawdown, so yeah, I got it out of drawdown. So yeah, I don't really know when I'm gonna trade that, honestly. I may copy trade it today if I see a really nice setup, but what is this? I feel this is the consequent encroachment of some sort of wick, but I'm not really sure what, to be honest. Guessing it's on the daily? Doesn't look like it's on the daily. I have no idea where that's from, but okay. It rejected from it, whatever it is. What is this? I obviously drew it the other day. Okay, I don't really think that that's relevant, but whatever. Interesting. Let's delete some of these. Oops. Some of these are not really that useful right now, to be honest. Okay. Range is still in balance. Same on NQ. NQ is a lot weaker than ES right now. Okay. Interesting. Okay, we got this 2.5 reaction right there on ES. And then we got this 2.5 right here. That's kind of nice, to be honest. Kind of sad. If you guys look at my... I'm happy I went break even because this would have annoyed me so bad. But yeah, whatever. Whatever. That's kind of annoying though. Oh. For a beginner, it's easier to trade lower risk reward and higher win rate. It's easier to maintain a healthy state of mind if you win more due to high win rate. I understand what you mean, but I feel that trading higher risk to reward has helped my mental in the way that a lot more of the trades I take are not just like mechanical 1 minute time frame noise, which I found it was with a lower risk to reward. Like I would justify taking stupid entries because I'm like, oh well, I'm only targeting this internal liquidity, you know. And I find it a lot easier to just take the trades which make sense with the higher time frame. And obviously if you're aligning your lower time frame trades with the higher time frame, it's a lot easier to target higher risk to reward in my opinion. So yeah, it really does just depend what suits you and your trading style, in my opinion. Like low risk to reward works for some people. I did not find that it worked that well for me. I didn't really enjoy how that felt. Like higher risk to reward feels a lot more rewarding for me, which is obviously nice. But it's going to take a little bit of time for me to get my win rate to where I want it to be. Right now I'm making, you know, silly mistakes because I'm still learning the strategy. I've only been trading this strategy for around 3 months. And it definitely takes way more chart time than that to master a strategy for sure. So, you know, we'll carry on. I feel like my psychology is not too bad in the grand scheme of things. Obviously, there's always room to improve. But I feel like it's not terrible. I think I'm pretty good at controlling my emotions. I do a lot of meditation and things like that. And personal journaling. I do a lot of personal journaling. So... yeah. Claudia, please answer my question above. I blew my funded accounts and I feel so low. I see all these traders winning constantly and I know the statistics say only 2% win, but I always compare myself to them and it hurts. I 100% get that. I was completely in the same boat, so don't feel like you're alone in that. A lot of people feel this way, but obviously not many people want to come on social media and say, yeah, I feel like shit, I'm just watching everyone win. Like no one says that. And what you have to remember, like, I do this as well. And the reason why I do this is probably different from the reason why other people might do this. But there are some days and even weeks where I don't post my losses. Now, that's not because I'm not transparent, because I feel like I have posted enough losses in my time to show that I am transparent about that. But sometimes if I've taken a loss, especially if it's on stream, so people know that I've taken a loss that day, like people have watched me live take a loss, I don't really want to make content about that. Like, it feels super demotivating to make content about that. And unfortunately, when people post their losses on socials, the comments you get make it even worse. There are rarely, you obviously have nice comments and people appreciate your transparency, which is great, but you always get a few odd comments which just add fuel to the fire that you're already dealing with yourself, Like, you already feel like shit within yourself for taking losses, but then you've got some guy like saying, oh, you should have traded with the trend, or something generic like that. And it is frustrating. No matter how many times I posted my losses, I would still find comments like that disheartening and really frustrating, especially when people make you feel stupid for taking losses. Like, if you're following people on social media who say things along the lines of, if it's taking you more than 3 months to be profitable, like, maybe you should just quit trading. If they're saying, you shouldn't be taking more than one loss a week, if they're just saying bullshit like that, I promise you they are fear-mongering you into buying their course. That is the whole strategy. People don't show the reality because the reality doesn't sell. Fake rented cars, fake win rates, fake P&Ls sell courses, and this is what 99% of people are doing on social media. And you also have to remember that as soon as you are on the trading algorithm, all you see is traders, right? And when all you see is traders on your For You page, you start to think like, oh my gosh, there's so many people winning. Like, why am I not winning? And then you forget that, in the grand scheme of the world, like, what percentage of the world are actually, actively day trading every single day? Such a tiny, tiny percentage. And then what percentage of these people, of this tiny, tiny percentage of these people who are posting wins, are actually being truthful about their P&L and are consistently winning and can show a true track record of broker statements, an even tinier percentage of that tiny percentage. So when you put it into perspective, there probably is only, 1% of traders who make it, because a lot of people don't want to share their wins because it hurts egos to share wins. Like, it hurts my ego to share my wins, but I do try and do it when I can, when I'm not feeling like absolute shit, because I don't want to just put myself through that when I'm already feeling rubbish, because I want to prioritize my own emotions over being transparent on social media, if I'm being completely honest. But I'm honest about that. I've told you guys time and time again that I don't always share when I lose. I don't always want to do that. Like, if someone in my Discord asks me, like, did you take a win today? Like, I'm obviously not going to be like, yes, I took a loss. Like, I'll answer truthfully. But I don't always want to create, like, 1 minute, 2 minute videos and edit those and put loads of effort into videos about me losing. Like, it's just not something that I want to do all the time. So, it's hard posting losses. Like, try posting a loss on social media. It feels like shit. And that's why no one really does it. And then the other half of the people don't do it because they're trying to sell a course, and losses don't sell, So you have to keep that in mind. I imagine that streaming holds you accountable from tilting. Sometimes, but sometimes it's hard to know, because especially when I first started streaming, I felt the pressure that I needed to take a trade on days where I didn't, and there was no clear setup for me. I felt like I needed to take that trade for entertainment purposes. I quickly realized that I don't need to do that. Like, my trading is my priority over stream views, over subscribers, over followers, over everything. My trading is my priority. I didn't learn to trade so that I could be an influencer. I learned to trade because I want to be a day trader. I want to be a full-time day trader. I want to make a full-time salary from day trading. That's what I want to do. The social media stuff is all extra. That's a bonus. But the trading is my priority. So I quickly kind of realign my values and realize that. But I'm still not very good at not taking a trade. That's something I'm really trying to work on. And it's something I'm conscious that I'm not very good at determining the days where you know, okay, maybe this isn't the best price action, let's come back tomorrow. I'm really not very good at that, but that will come with time. I'm really working on going back through charts, and as I'm going back through them, I'm trying to determine, okay, this would be a no trade day because of this, this, and this. You know, I'm really trying to determine that so that I can spot no trade days when I come onto my charts. Like, I want to see those over and over again, exactly the same as I want to see the winning trades over and over again, so my brain recognizes like what a good one looks like, you know. I think after I lose, I go on social media to see who won, and it makes me feel even more low that I'm not progressing as I should. Okay, what I want you to do is, this depends if you have the money, because it does cost money. Don't worry, this is not any sort of ad. Like, this is just genuinely an app that I really love. I don't gain anything if you download it or not. I have an app called Opal. OPAL. I'll put it in the chat. This is my favorite app on my whole phone. And the reason for this is because you can actually block apps for like significant amount of time. So if I go on Opal right now, so after 7 p.m. in the evening, I have Instagram and TikTok blocked off my phone. And this is so that I can actually wind down and have time to myself, because obviously social media for me is not just a platform I go on for fun. Like, it is part of, like, you know, a part of my income, you know? So I want to block that off after 7 p.m. so that I don't work into the evenings, and also so that I'm not watching people's winning trades from the day when maybe I took a loss that day. Like, I don't want to watch that in my evening after I've finished working. So I have limits set after 7 p.m. And basically, some of these apps, like, you can take a break and then they just become useless. On this, you can force it to not give you any break. Like, you actually cannot physically get on that app unless you delete the Opal app, but you pay £70 a year for it. So best believe I'm not deleting that app when I've paid £70. So that's something I would really recommend if you're struggling with social media affecting your brain. Have it so that all social media is blocked while you're trading, and for maybe an hour or two after you're done trading, you know, because then you can stay away from social media. You stop comparing yourself. You can actually journal your trade from the day with a fresh mind. And yeah, that's what I would recommend for sure. Am I still bullish? Honestly, I think my short idea could play out. I'm not entirely sure right now. I just think we have a lot of liquidity below, which we're going to want to rebalance before continuing higher. Honestly, that's just my thoughts though. I would like to try and catch some continuation longs, because I do think they could play out. Like, we are just super bullish right now, but I want to see some sell side get swept before that happens. I'm gonna just be patient today, because I don't think the direction is too clear right now. Looks like my trade idea is playing out pretty nicely. But obviously I would have got stopped out, so the break even was valid, so I'm happy with that. So now I'm gonna just start drawing some fibs from the top so that I can understand where we are likely to be going. So we have this manipulation fib right here. We have that, which lines up with this imbalance range. So we could potentially retrace into this imbalance range and then continue higher, but I would want to see confirmation of that before considering taking anything like that. So we have this manipulation fib. I honestly think that's the clearest fib from the top right now. I want to also draw this out on ES manipulation fib. Looks like we're rejecting from 0.618 currently on ES. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay, we're rejecting from negative 2.5 right now, it seems. Perfect equal lows on ES. Oh yeah. Damn, would you look at those? Would you look at those? Those are super clean. I forgot about those. I did spot those earlier. They kind of slipped my mind. You shorted negative 2.5, 29,156. 29,15675. This negative 2.5 right here, that's really nice. Love that. Claudia, do you feel like you're behind at times? Like, for example, with me, I can't have fun at all as my mind tells me I need to achieve X, Y, Z, and it's so horrible. Yeah, I 100% relate to that. I am like the worst for that. I feel like this even started for me like in school. Like I was such an overachiever. Like I wanted to get good grades in everything, even stuff that I didn't particularly care about. So it all started there. And then when I wanted to like go into business and day trading, it always feels like for me, it feels wrong that I haven't made it yet in trading. And that is literally just because like I was so used to getting good grades and honestly like doing better than 90% of my class like in school. Like when you're so used to that, day trading is so humbling because you're like, what's going on? Like usually I pick stuff up way faster than everybody else. Usually I beat everybody else. Like there's a sense of ego in there for me for sure. But I've tried my best to understand that with day trading it doesn't work the same as with like academics or with any other skill really, because everybody comes into day trading with a different level of expertise. And what I mean by that is obviously, let's say everybody starts completely blank, they don't know anything about trading whatsoever. Everybody still comes in with different advantages and disadvantages based on their whole life prior to learning to trade, their whole upbringing, like any trauma you've been through, like what level of emotional intelligence you're at in your life, like how desperate you are to make money, like how driven you are to make money, how much pressure is there on you to make money. There's all those sorts of factors. So you have to understand that everybody is at a different level. So yeah, there probably is one or two of those 19-year-olds you see on Instagram who are actually making money. Majority of them probably aren't from trading, but even if there is one or two, right, you have to remember that they learned trading at a stage in their life, probably, this is what I'm assuming, where they still live with their parents. They didn't have bills to pay. They were in high school and probably didn't really care about getting good grades. So they just have 6 hours of school to go to a day where they're not really doing anything. And then every other hour of their day, they're free to study charts and there is no pressure on them to make money either. That is the most ideal scenario to learn trading in, literally ever, right? Some of you guys might not be in that situation where there's no pressure on you to make money. There's no pressure on you to succeed. So it's bound to be harder on your mental to learn trading, and you're going to have to overcome different psychological battles to a 16-year-old who doesn't really care about anything, doesn't have any commitments, doesn't have any children, doesn't have like any bills to pay. There's no pressure on them to make money. Like that's a completely different scenario to someone else, you know? So you have to understand everybody starts at a different level of expertise in their trading journey. So it's going to take one person 1 year to get to a point in their trading journey where it takes another person 3 years. So you should only be comparing you to you. That's it. Like I am a victim of not doing this. Like I am the worst at not doing this. Like I'm constantly like, why can they do it and I can't? But then I have to remind myself, okay, do I feel like my trading has improved from 3 months ago? The answer is no, I'm doing something wrong and I need to change my action plan. I need to implement some more things. I need to change my whole approach. But if the answer is yes, then I just need to continue as I am. Consistency is like key. Consistency is absolutely key. This 2.5 seems to be playing right now. Lines up with 0.618, which is nice. Oh, look at that rejection from 0.618. That's really clean. I'm using the OBSOT Meet 2. as my webcam. It's really cool. It comes with like a little, like it's literally tiny. I was literally about to pick up the camera and show you then. That's actually so fried. It has like a little magnetic thing, so you can just magnetize it to the top of your PC. It's really cool. No, I wouldn't be shorting right now. If I was going to short, it would have been where I took shorts. That's honestly so annoying. This has happened so many times, guys, where this happens to my stop loss. I feel like I need to start entering at my stop loss, and I will do pretty well. As an 18-year-old trader here, I had a lot of financial pressure at a young age. I was 15 when I started trading. From 16 was working full-time job and honestly was awful for the 3 years of learning and the constant losses, but my emotional mindset was cooked because of the pressure. But now doing quite well, I'd do it all over again. Yeah, I completely get that. So, like, you're a unique scenario because I feel like not many traders learning from 16 would be under any kind of financial pressure. Like, the financial pressure is like a good thing because it forces you to lock in, but it's also a bad thing because it just cooks your psychology when you're trading. And I feel like the pressure for me has somewhat had a bad effect. I think I had a lot of pressure from sharing my whole journey on social media and like people making me feel stupid and like I was behind. So I felt like I have to get to that next step. I have to get that first payout because everyone was like, oh, you've not had a payout, and like kind of taking the piss. Like it's quite hard when you have like 20,000 people who follow you and you've not had a payout yet and like people are taking the piss. Like that was where my pressure came from. And as easy as it is to say like, oh, I don't care what people think on social media, it's way easier said than done, to be honest. And I feel like social media did affect my trading development more than I originally thought it would. And I've only kind of become conscious of that recently. What's the depth of your ICT knowledge? I don't know even how to put that into words. I watched the 2022 mentorship thoroughly in one time speed. Watched quite a lot of the episodes a couple times, but this was a few years ago now, so I watched quite a lot of his core content. I listened to pretty much every single Twitter space because I just found them really useful. But I can't say I watch too much of his content anymore because I feel the more you watch, the more confusing it gets. And I think if you find a system that works for you, there's no need to add anything else. You just need to refine. So audio is constantly getting cut off for me for half a word. Very hard to follow. Is anybody else's audio cutting out for you? I've not noticed that that's happened before, so I don't know. Alan says the audio is okay. If Alan says the audio is okay, you best believe the audio is okay. The camera I'm using is the Obsot Meet 2. I'll put it in the chat. There you go. Guys, I've been doing no refined sugar this week, so if my like face looks really snatched, that's why. Not sure it does yet, but you know. So the extent of my no refined sugar, I wouldn't really call it a diet. It's more just cutting out rubbish and replacing them. I wouldn't call it a diet. Like I'm not eating any less than I usually would. The extent of my no refined sugar diet or whatever it is that I love iced coffee. My favorite coffee is an iced caramel latte. Like I would die for an iced caramel latte. Caramel syrup has refined sugar in, best believe. It probably has about 5 million other additives in it also. So I had to cut that out. So when I went for a coffee yesterday, I had to bring a little pot of maple syrup with me. It was so embarrassing. I felt like one of those really annoying people who just like have to be difficult. But I mean, I just brought it with me and poured it in my coffee, so it's not that big of a deal. But I just felt so weird. But this is the extent of this. Like, I'm taking this shit seriously. for you, the more you know, the more it makes sense. I get that. I think, I don't know. There was a time when I used to trade 9:30 open. I don't really trade that anymore. I don't enjoy the 9:30 open whatsoever. I just don't find any success with it. It's too fast for me. It causes my cortisol to spike. I hate it. But when I did trade the 9:30 open, I would have 5 million things on my charts, and I would find it really, really, really difficult to understand the draw on liquidity, to be honest. So I feel for me, keeping it more simple and having a few confluences which work together and also tie into higher time frame bias with those confluences just makes the most sense in my brain. Like, that's when things started to click for me. Like, I didn't have that moment where, like, if you're a successful trader and you're watching this, you will know what moment I'm talking about. That moment where, like, it feels like you like the puzzle is all like piecing together. Like, all of these pieces are coming together. Like, you're understanding, okay, well, if the hourly candle opens here, then it makes sense with my lower time frame confluence. Like, everything is all coming together, and that is like the maddest moment for me. And it took me a long time to get there, to be honest. Like, I thought I would have that moment way sooner, but I really didn't. Ice caramel latte equals 67 grams of sugar. Yeah, literally. Not a bad alternative though. The forest honey is really good too. Yeah, I just prefer like, I get pure Canadian maple syrup, like not like the rubbish stuff. And I just prefer the taste of that in coffee. I do love honey though on like yogurt bowls and things. You have to register your trading now as business, or you can do it when you're profitable. I wouldn't have to do it right now. It totally depends how much you've earned in the year. This is the thing. If you haven't earned over the tax-free threshold, then you don't need to worry. But if I have earned over that, so I just put it all through like my business that I have anyways, because I have that for like my social media, so it's all kind of part as one. I don't know how you would approach it if you're just trading. I think you would open a limited company. I think that's probably your best bet for it, but I'm not a financial advisor, so I don't know. I do have, if you're in the UK and you're looking for a good accountant, I would recommend the accountant that I'm currently with. He's really, really like clued up on everything. So if you would like his contact details, I can definitely send them over to you. Just DM me on Discord. Will you consider being a full-time trader since you're doing uni? So I'm not doing uni anymore. I was doing an engineering degree, but I don't do that anymore. So I haven't really like gone into full detail about like how I make money right now. Obviously, you guys will know that I make a minimal amount from affiliate commissions. It's really not as much as you would think unless you're like TGR, I promise you, or unless you like really, really rinse the affiliate pushing, which I try not to because I know it just irritates everyone on my stories, so I just don't want to do that. I would prefer to have an audience which actually likes me than for me to make like maybe, you know, a couple hundred more off affiliates, you know. I would prefer everyone to like me and respect me than that. So yeah, I haven't really like gone into too much detail about how I make money, to be honest. But I do like make my own money, like I'm self-employed. I use my engineering skills in order to be able to like make money on the side. Kind of as and when, really. And then I'm obviously learning to trade, and I post on socials as well. So that's what I'm doing. I had a full-time engineering job and I was doing my degree alongside that. But I did leave that at the end of last year just to kind of like, I wanted to work for myself full-time anyway. Like, I was at a point where I could sustain myself full-time just from the work that I was doing part-time. And then obviously it's the added perk that I work my own hours and focus on trading more. I can try and build my socials and stream and all that jazz, because I would love to do like trading, streaming full time. Obviously, once I'm at a better point in my trading journey, I would love to do that. So, you know, it all kind of made sense for me to just take the leap and do it. And obviously at the time, at the end of last year, like I was still living with my parents, so I didn't have bills to worry about. But that being said, I am looking at buying my first property like really soon. So I'm so excited about that. I've been viewing properties this week, and oh my gosh, I found like my dream first home. Like, I'm so excited. So I think we're going to put an offer on it this week. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah, so property is something I've always wanted to go into before I even knew what day trading was. I'm going to turn this light on. Yeah, I always wanted to go into property, so this will be like the start of my property journey. Obviously I'll live in the property, so it's like a win-win situation. But yeah, I've always wanted to go into property so I can start my property journey also, which is so exciting, because I feel like owning a property at 22 is not bad going. I know there's like, you know, millionaires in Miami who are like 19, but they are all renting, so at least we're doing something better than them, I guess. I highly recommend the 23 mentorship. The one thing is about me is I find it really hard to learn new stuff about trading without it screwing my whole mentality when I'm looking at the charts. Like, I don't want it to screw with like what I've found that's working, you know? Like, I'm going to be happy to study more, I feel, once I see consistency, because then I will know this model like the back of my hand and nothing's going to affect it but more or less add to it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe I just need to like get over it. Take it seriously. Here in America, the junk in any food is unbelievable, far worse than in Europe. Yeah, you guys have red 40 additive, don't you? Like, that's banned here in Europe. I find it crazy that you guys have an additive that we have banned, because I think they found that it causes cancer, but that could be misinformation. I don't know. Something along them lines. You need to watch the One Trade Setup for Life. It perfectly explains the drawn liquidity. I have watched that. I watched that a long time ago. I feel like that would be a good one for me to rewatch, because I use session liquidity a lot in my model. So I feel like that would probably add to it. I did watch that video though, not too long ago. The 23 mentorship will blow your mind. Maybe I should watch it. What is like the concepts that he goes over in the 23 mentorship? Looking at the daily, we're in candle 3 of a daily swing formation. Are you just looking for buys today? Today should be a bullish expansion higher. I'm not just looking for buys, by all means. I generally don't base like whether I'm going to take shorts or longs based off the daily candle, especially because I'm trading pre-market, because I would expect that expansion to happen at 9:30. So I have to consider, okay, what's going to happen pre-market? Obviously, if we had news at 8:30, then I would expect the expansion to be potentially on that news release. But so I'm just kind of waiting. Obviously, longs are preferred today, so I'm just kind of waiting for price to indicate what we want to do here. We're currently retracing into this imbalance range. We're inside of OTE right now, so some sort of long setup could be nice from here, but we just have a lot of sell side below. And we also have equal lows at Asia low on ES. So we just have a lot of sell side. Like any other day, I would expect for us to be bearish, and we would have this New York New York reversal profile, because we consolidated during Asia and we moved up during London. I would expect London highs to be swept and for us to reverse. But I do agree with you that the daily profile looks bullish. So that's why I am being super conservative today. I went break even super early on my last trade and we would have got stopped out. So I'm super happy that I did that. But I do agree with you. The daily candle looks bullish. I'm in full agreement with that. I think previous daily high could be a nice target for today, especially because we opened and we already traded down into previous daily wick and we respected the consequent encroachment of this wick, which I do really like. We didn't on ES, but whatever. On NQ, it looks pretty nice. So yeah, I would say my target would be up here, but I just want to see some confluence for that because my session profile is not matching up to my daily bias, which isn't always the most ideal scenario to be in when your daily bias is not matching up to my like session bias, I guess. Sorry guys, I am answering questions as I go, but I'm also like doing my chart analysis and stuff. Black coffee? You drink black coffee, AJ? I cannot drink black coffee. I hate it. Like, I can't drink coffee unless it's sweetened. Maybe that just means I don't like coffee. I don't know. Yeah, I use Tradeovate. Hi Claudia, this is my first time here. I wish you a massive success in your trading career. I came across this GPT chat. It is trained on ICT knowledge for anyone who wants to ask questions about ICT. That's cool. Love that. That's really cool. Do I mark midnight standard deviations? I don't tend to mark midnight standard deviations, but I have midnight marked out on my chart. But I wouldn't necessarily just mark a standard deviation from midnight. So yeah. I guess I have these because these are kind of, this is a nice manipulation leg, but not necessarily. I did electromechanical engineering, but I didn't finish the degree. I did 2 of 5 years. It was a lot longer degree because I was doing it part-time, so yeah. Claudia, would you consider moving to London? Definitely not. Cities are not for me. I am not a city person at all. Like I love nature. I plan to live in a house in the countryside and have a big pond and pet ducks in the future. So London is just not going to happen for me. I will not be able, like, that is genuinely my biggest dream. I would rather have ducks in a big pond than a Porsche. Like, I'm genuinely being serious. I'm not even just saying that to like be quirky. Like, I'm being serious. I would give up a Porsche for pet ducks. I've always wanted pet ducks in a huge garden that like overlooks the countryside. Like, that is my dream house. I really don't like cities. I did go to uni for 1 year in Leeds, and I obviously lived in the city, and I hated it. I really, really hated being in the city. It's just not for me. Go away, Walter. You obviously weren't here for my flipping explanation. Not having people say shit like that. Like, I literally try to be transparent and people say bullshit like that. Like, are we being so for real? Sorry guys, I really gotta go pee. I'll be back in a minute. I promise I'll answer questions when I'm back. I'm not gonna miss any out. I just really need to pee. I'm back. I am so back. Let me go. Let me find. Do you use session liquidity? Do you use previous weekly low, previous daily low? Yeah, I do. I use them. I have previous daily high marked right here. 23 is a variety of things. It's a lot of silver bullet teaching. Teaches you about market symmetry, market correlations, deep dives majorly into understanding what the fuck is really going on. Okay, maybe I should watch it. Something that I did want to watch was, I don't know whether you guys have heard of GXT. He does a lot of stuff with T-Trades, but he's done like a deep dive into like SMT, but like the technical stuff with SMT. So I've been meaning to watch that for a while. I do like T-Trades and stuff. It's really good. Can one live off prop firms? I would say yeah, but I would never want to just live off trading profits, even if I had a fat live account. I just feel like it's too much pressure. I wouldn't like that. I would always want another stream of income, which is why I'm really trying to build, I'm trying to build a business. I'm going into property. Obviously I'm learning trading and doing social media. So I feel like when you have those things coming in, they, it really helps with, wait. 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 Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. I'm just kind of crashing out. I'm crashing out. What is this? 5. I'm crashing out. Sorry, this is to do with the property that I was looking at. Wait, no. Oh my gosh. My hay fever today is so bad. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys. I thought I just had an email to say that the property that I'm really interested in has been sold, but it's not that one. Thank goodness. Okay. Here we go. Do you know that latest time to use midnight price intraday? What do you mean by that? Where did you learn standard deviation from? I think someone answered that. You've been to the Cotswolds. I haven't. I would love to go, though. Have you ever been to Durdle Door? I don't know what that is. Yeah, sure, Ray, you can post the link for the chat ICT GBT, that's fine. As long as it's not a paid thing, that's all fine. I have taken one trade today. I took this break-even trade, unfortunately. Kind of sad. I would have probably partialed by now. Yeah, I would have partialed at this 2.5. So it's kind of sad, but whatever. Whatever. You're in longs. Nice. The only thing that bothers me is these lows. They bother me a little bit. Having ducks will save some bills. What do you mean? Sorry, there's so many questions. I'm struggling to keep up with them. Max, I would happily say why, but people are a bit weird, so I'd rather not. I'm in long at 106, already break even. What do you think, Claudia? Let me see. I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't have enough confirmation to long from there, if I'm being honest. But that's just my strat. If your strat lines up, then go for it. But I just personally, I think if we had this 2.5 we manipulated and then we held this, then I would like longs from there. But I just feel like manipulating again, I feel was unnecessary. So I don't know. That's just my opinion, especially when we have these stacked equal lows. For me, this wouldn't be an entry. That's just me personally, though. That's not to say it won't play out, though. EMGM. I keep getting so many broker proposals. Like, leave me alone. I don't want to work with your broker. Someone is starting today and have $5,000 in total. Would you recommend prop firm or trading live account, and why? I think it's personal preference. It's genuinely personal preference. I would say live account is probably like a good road to go down, but it just depends how much you trust yourself to not just blow the account and go on tilt, you know? Like, I personally would trust myself with a live account because I have never once blown an account like from going on tilt ever. So I know I would not blow my live money, but yeah. When my kids were growing up, I would take them to feed the ducks and other animals all the time. Yeah, my mum always used to take me to feed the ducks. I feel like that's why I now have a duck obsession. I really do. Like, everything I own is like duck. Like, I have so many duck related things. I have 2 trade recaps on how I use my fib, but honestly, like, I would love to make like a full in-depth thing once I'm more confident with it, but I feel like I need to wait a while because I don't want to like pretend I know more than I do, to be honest. Like, I'm still figuring it all out. I'm still figuring everything out. You feed ducks and other animals to your kids. Don't tell me that. I'm not vegetarian, but I can't eat duck. Like, I'm not vegetarian whatsoever, other than duck. Like, I used to love duck pancakes, to be fair, from the Chinese. Like, they actually are banging, but I can't eat them anymore. Like, it feels so wrong. I love cats. Cats are the cutest, but they do kind of scare me a little bit. Yeah, duck pancakes. Have you never had duck pancakes before? They are really good, but I can't eat them anymore. I feel too bad. How did you get into the social media marketing managing? Super interested in that myself. I don't do too much of it anymore. In fact, I'm potentially going back into it a bit, like in terms of trading, but I used to do it like for not necessarily trading related companies. And I would basically like they would hire me to create content for their pages, but not necessarily using my face or anything. Like, I did quite a lot of like faceless, just promo content, which was quite fun actually. I got quite a lot of those opportunities through my Claudia Trades page. I feel like, if I'm being completely honest, quite a lot of people were interested in a woman in finance because there isn't as many. And I think also just in a lot of my videos, I kind of like British. So if people are looking for someone British to do talking videos or whatever. But also, like, because I posted a lot of talking videos, I think people can see that I'm like, I don't know, I can speak English comprehensively, I guess. So I got quite a lot of opportunities, honestly, when I first started TikTok. I did all of the social media for, like, I can't say, like, some of these are confidential, which is why it sounds like I'm bullshitting a lot, but I swear that I'm not. Like, but some of the stuff that I did and still do are confidential, so I can't even tell you. But I try and tell you in a way that I won't get in trouble. But one of the companies that I did socials for, I just did like completely faceless content. I would just post like one post a day on their page, just promoting their service. And it just like, it took the social media aspect off their hands. So I just managed their account and I just made all of their content, and they paid me like $2.5 grand a month, which like at the time was pretty, like, I was happy with that. Like, that's like a fucking salary, but for posting one thing a day on someone's social media. So I think people get the vibe that if you're like good at social media, because obviously my Claudia Trades page is a portfolio. Like, I show that I can build a following, I have good engagement, I know how to edit, or like I know how to follow trends, all that jazz. So that's kind of your portfolio. And then people who have businesses, but they might be older and they don't really know what social media, like they don't know how social media works, they don't necessarily keep up with trends and all that jazz. Like, they just want to pay someone to do it for them because they know social media is important, but they don't really necessarily want to spend the time doing it. So that's what I did for a while for brands and things. So yeah, that's what I did. And then I also managed to get like a remote contractor role, which I'm still doing bits and bobs for now, potentially doing a bit more of that. I can't say the company name because it's confidential, and I can't really say the role either because it's also confidential, but to kind of put it into words, it's I don't know how to phrase it without getting into trouble. It's like data analysis of some sort, but it's like yeah, I literally cannot say. I wanted to tell you, but I can't say. I don't know how to say it without saying it. I don't know what the best way of saying it is, but yeah, I did like data analysis of some sort for a company which is related to trading, and I just got that role because I had engineering experience, and then it led to other opportunities because they obviously saw my social media. So yeah. You look ill. Is it hay fever? Can people stop coming on my live streams and telling me that I look ill? Like, my mum does that quite a lot. She says, "You look ill. Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?" Excuse me? Right, you're annoying. I don't like you. Time out. How can you come on my stream and tell me to stop talking? Right. Boom. I don't like you either. Bye-bye. That's better. I feel much better now. Oh, someone else told me to stop talking. Okay. Boom. 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 That's better. I feel much better now. Feel much better. Is it only me or anyone else thinks Ivan bit sketchy, flashing unrealistic P&L? So the P&L that Ivan often shows, like, it's not unrealistic because he has actually made that money. But for example, a video he made the other day was like how I made 126 grand in one day or something, and like he showed the trades he took. So his trade copier, like, he did make 126 grand. This was across funded accounts. Like, he has so many funded accounts. I think he's just bought 10 Apexes, which he's probably already passed. He has Max Allo with Alpha, with My Funded Futures now, with Tradeify. Like, he has a lot of funded accounts. So like the P&L he says is not fake. He doesn't fake his P&L, but sometimes the P&L he uses for his videos is how much he's made on his funded accounts rather than like his live account. But he does also have a live account. And if you go on his page, he does have a broker statement for 60K that he made in one day. So yeah. Where's the kitten on throwing game? That's so funny. 2.5K a month. Damn, just need work on growing my Insta. Yeah, I honestly think in the trading space, if you're male, it's a lot harder to grow. Like, that's just how it is, unfortunately. But it's like it's kind of similar if I started posting fashion content, you know, like it's harder for me to grow. Who's your favorite mentor? Mine is T-Trades. T-Trades is great. T-Trades is great. He's a nice guy. That's so funny. The British accent is awesome. Love it. Keep talking, babes. Don't stop talking. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. People have been saying to me, like people who I know personally have been saying that I speak in a slight American accent on my live streams. And I was actually quite gutted when I heard that. And I feel like I've said this before in my streams. I do like an American accent, ironically, but then I do it so much that it's not ironic anymore and I don't even notice that I do it. So yeah. I don't even know what NQ is doing right now. Like we're actually just chopping. We're just chopping around. There was absolutely no good entries here, in my opinion, anywhere. This is so boring. I want us to do something. I want us to like push lower or push higher so then I get a good idea. Damn, guys, I got some exciting stuff going on with my page and stuff coming soon. I really do. I'm so excited for you guys to see. I'm so excited. Like I have so much cool stuff coming to my Claudia Trade socials. We have a lot of changes coming, more giveaways, like genuinely probably like 3 times the amount of giveaways for the streams and stuff. Like I'm really trying to invest in my Discord community, in the streams. Like I really want to try and grow my YouTube channel as much as I possibly can because that'd be freaking awesome. ES pull back to OTE. Which session do you usually trade? I usually trade right now, so pre-market. Pre-market session is what I trade. I can't believe Alpha dropped 50%. You tried Alpha Trader yet? Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, Alpha futures currently have 50% off. So you can get 50% off all of their accounts using code Claudia. And if you do, you'll get extra entries into my weekly eval giveaway. So you'll have the chance to win another eval for free. You partnering with another prop firm? Who knows? Who knows? All will be revealed once I'm at a point where I won't get done legally for saying it. is what I'll say. I feel like I'm way too open on here. I feel like if the wrong person was watching my stream, I'd get into trouble. Potentially. But I don't mean it. I just like being transparent. Like I actually feel like I'm just talking to like my group of friends, so I just always say way too much. Like I've got in trouble from things I've said on stream or in a video or on my Discord more times than I can count on one hand. Because I just want to like tell everyone the gossip, but I know that I'm not really meant to, especially when I'm in a legally binding contract. So yeah. Maybe not. Use Daffo going with Apex/Lucid. I can't wait till you diverse from Alpha. It's too expensive. When they have the sales, I feel like Alpha is great. Like right now, the 50% off, absolutely awesome. That's so funny. AJ. What's your guys' favorite prop firm though, for real? I want to know, like, I want to know all the gossip. Okay, let's do like full blown. Okay, what, like, if you could get discounts and giveaways from certain trading related software or firms, like what would they be? So I'm talking backtesting software, I'm talking journaling software, I'm talking prop firm, I'm talking, what else is there? I don't know. Like products, so like, I don't know, the funded award plaques or whatever. Like, what would you pick? Like, what things are you thinking, yes, like I want to get giveaways from this area? I'm just interested because I'm really trying to level up the streams and everything for you guys. So yeah. Genuine question, how many evals did you blow before your first payout, and how was the journey? Because I crash out every day post New York AM. I didn't actually blow that many evals, so I would say my psychology is probably one of my strong points, and my risk management for sure. I was under risking rather than over risking, so I didn't actually blow that many evals, to be honest, but I spent a lot of time on evals. Like, it took me 4 months to pass my first eval. I was on the same eval for 4 months, so you know. Okay, we got Apex, Tradeify, Apex, Alpha, Tradeify, and Lucid all goated. Lucid. OG top step. Yeah, I'm not sure I can achieve that. Like, I want to do the best I can for you guys, but that one might be pushing it. Okay, everybody's saying prop firm. So what about like giveaways from other things other than prop firms? So anything trading related you can think of, whether it's journaling, backtesting, copy trader, physical product, like what would you want giveaways of? Okay, yeah, that actually is -4. We got the reaction from -2.5 which is interesting. So if we can get this, we didn't sweep these out. I wanted to sweep these out, not just add another one. Okay, I won't want an entry until that's gone. Oh, TradingView Premium. That's okay. You want a hoodie that says Claudia trades on it, AJ? I think you might be the only person who wants that. Do you have a certain social media schedule, TBH? I see you're smashing it and kind of wanted to see your blueprint. I don't have a schedule, but I guess I have some sort of strategy. Let me think. I want to try and answer this like actually thoroughly and not just give you some bullshit answer. So I think this is my honest opinion on how I think I grew my social media, and this is complete 100% transparency, no bullshit answer. When I first started posting social media content, I posted relatable trading content, which at the time, there wasn't that many people doing that. There's a lot more people doing that now, so I feel like it's harder to grow from that. But I feel like when you're first starting a page, you need to grow a following, and the best way to grow a following is to make viral videos, because making the educational content is all well and good, but it's probably not going to get pushed to the right people, especially if you don't have a big following yet. So I think making viral content is the best starting point to gain followers. But the thing is, the best way to gain followers is to post viral content that forces people to click on your page, and then they click on your page and they see valuable content, so they want to drop a follow. And then it's retaining followers. Like, I actually lose a lot of followers, which I didn't realize, but it's completely normal the more you grow. So my focus now is like retaining followers as well, but obviously your number one aim when you're first starting socials is growing followers. So yeah, Purple Drink just said in the chat, I found you on TikTok from when he tells me he's an ICT trader and you cooked for him. Yeah, so I literally played into the idea that I knew that majority of the trading space is male. So this is literally my thought process. Like, I'm giving you guys all the gossip right now. I knew, okay, the trading space is majority male. I want to play into what a male would want to repost from a girl. So I wanted to do something which like obviously isn't like weird. I'm not like showing off my body, things like that, because obviously it gets views, but it goes against my morals and I don't want to do that. So I was posting content which I think men would repost from a woman talking about trading. And I knew there's lots of ICT traders. So I literally said, like I made a video about like when he tells me he's an ICT trader, and then I did a time lapse of me cooking, and that got like 500k views, and that really pushed off my TikTok to start with. Like, that was my first proper viral video. So the viral videos are really useful at the start. Not as useful for me now. Like obviously a viral video is great, but I would rather have consistent views on every single video. So I would say first, making viral content. I feel like now the approach is probably different to what it was when I started, because there's a lot more competition now with the relatable content. So somehow figuring out what will go viral is really useful, because someone who I want to use as a good example who gained from this is Xander. If you guys haven't seen him, he's Zed Trades on Instagram, and he has a video which has like 20 million views, and he now has 40,000 followers. He gained 40,000 followers, and he then used those 40,000 followers to then post educational trading content, which then people buy his course. So like, you know, obviously I'm not selling a course, so it's a different route for me. Like I want people to see my valuable content and then you know, join my streams or join my Discord community, that type of thing. But it's all like a funnel into different things, so you have to like work through the whole timeline of where you want to be. So I would say start off with viral content to gain followers, and then you start posting like nurturing content. I think this is like actual social media terms, but I might be lying. But then you post nurturing content, so it's like, okay, you posted something viral that's funny. You want this person to click on your profile and see valuable content so that they have a reason to follow you, and not just like funny content. Because usually if I see a funny viral video, it's rare that I would want to follow that person. Even if I click on their account, if I just see other viral videos, like I just won't follow them. If I see something useful, like I probably will. So I would say that's the best starting point. Getting a couple viral videos is like a good goal to start off with and get some followers, and then you can start like working on retention and things. Good morning, Andrew. I missed the first part to my previous question. Have you ever put on a trade and then have to go to sleep but never slept because of the running trade? I don't actually trade overnight, so plenty of prop firms don't allow you to do that, and I don't have a live account right now. So yeah. Honestly, guys, are we seeing this? Like, look at these shorts. Okay. Look at my stop loss. I got stop break even, but are we seeing this? Like, down. My idea was correct, but yeah. I'm honestly bearish. I feel like this session profile is going to play out from what I see. We put in a high, we broke London high, we came down, we reswept that high, which is what I always expect, and now we're kind of selling off. So yeah, I find that interesting. I'd honestly be open to shorts for sure. Right now. Let me get rid of these. These are not useful anymore. Is this all? Yeah, that's balanced. All of this is balanced. Is this balanced? Yeah. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I would just want some sort of continuation trade. We have equal highs right here, so it'd be nice if those could get swept out and we catch some kind of continuation, but I don't know how realistic that is for today, to be honest. I'm gonna just be real patient, because I don't think the daily bias is lining up with my intraday bias right now. Claudia is the key to pass the prop fence. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Oh yeah, we have FOMC minutes this afternoon. Oh, I made some investments. Well, I'm gonna like try and swing trade these potentially in a couple stocks. I'm not telling you what they are until like maybe a week later, and then I'll tell you whether it went well or bad because I'm not jinxing it. And I'm not very good at the whole swing trading thing, but I'm trying to get into it a bit more. Like I want to be a bit more tactical with my investments and things. So let's see. Okay, 15-minute time frame. We do have S&T at the low. Oh my gosh, I'm on the 14-minute time frame. Oh my gosh, my chart is so messy. It actually gives me like OCD. Let me delete those. Yeah, we currently have S&T. That's interesting. Yeah, FOMC minutes is not that deep, really. Do polymarket trade. I don't know whether that's very strategic with my life savings. Got some SMT going on. Guys, I just got a really cool offer. I'm so excited. So many exciting things going on right now. I'm buying a property. We're leveling up the stream. We're leveling up the socials. We've got more giveaways. Like, life is just so great. Whether I get a winning trade today or not, I honestly don't really care. I should have this mindset every single day, but unfortunately, it's easier said than done. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to reply to this message. Please don't think I'm being rude. Just quite a cool message. And I also can't multitask, as I've said. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's my first property. I'm super excited. I haven't actually got it yet, but I'm putting in an offer. You have to and used our first home now as a rental property. That's my plan. So I plan on obviously living in this house because currently I live with my parents. So I plan on living in this house and then they saying so bad at multitasking. Yeah, I plan on living in this house, obviously doing bits up. Like it's not in that bad condition, to be honest. It was a rental and then they've decided to sell. So I just plan on like making it nicer. Like I'm gonna put like an electric garage door on. There isn't currently a dishwasher in, so obviously put a dishwasher in. Do up the upstairs bathroom because that's a bit dated. Like I'm just gonna like do it up for me because I'm gonna be living there. But then obviously it's in a really great area, so location wise I think it has potential to really increase in value. So hopefully like once I've paid off at least some of the mortgage, I'll be able to rent it out. But I honestly haven't looked into whether like, because I know if you buy a property, if you want to rent it out, you have to buy to let, and I'm not doing that. So I need to actually look into whether I would be able to rent it out or not. I honestly don't know enough about property. I haven't looked into it too much yet. I know it's always something that I've wanted to go into, but like I wanted to just like wait until the actual time to learn about it because it felt pretty pointless studying about property when I didn't have the money to pay for a property. So we lived in our first for almost 10 years, bought at 22 during 2009 at the market bottom. That's insane. I love that. To be fair, we're getting a really, really, really good deal on this house. Like, it seems like a insane deal. I think there's not many buyers in the housing market right now. I have noticed there's a lot of houses which have been up for sale for like months and months and months and just aren't shifting, and people are reducing and reducing, which is obviously good for me. So yeah. Honestly, like, I don't know what we're doing here. Like, what are we doing? We could honestly sell off to London Low, but like, how am I gonna get an entry? You bombed the house. Could I then be your tenant? We could then trade together. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't know whether I'll be able to rent it out. I need to figure it out. I need to figure that out. I need to look more into that. I honestly don't know enough about property yet. I just feel like buying your first property is like a whole whirlwind of knowledge that I didn't even know I needed to know. Like, it's kind of complicated, but I feel like just actually going through the process, you learn enough rather than watching some bullshit course on like Udemy or something. Does that make it so easy? What is this that I've marked out? I feel it's a 15-minute gap. It is a 15-minute gap. Interesting. Look at that 2.5. Played so nice. Honestly, played so nice. This is a nice 5-minute manipulation. I kinda like this. Equal lows at 29,060. Really? Where? I don't see him. Oh, okay. True. Yeah, I guess. So it's fine till they find out. You sing really well. Thank you so much. If you got a residential mortgage and want to rent it out legally, you need buy-to-let mortgage, but it's hard for the lender to actually find out that you've let it out under residential. A residential. Interesting. I need to look into it. Like, is there a way to, like, get that further down the line, or do you have to do it while you're buying? Okay. I feel like we're rejecting out this -4 on ES right now. Maybe we can go sweep those equal highs. I feel like a PD array around those equal highs, which makes sense. Nothing on the 15. Nothing really on the 5 either, honestly. You can swap mortgage from residential to buy to let, but just a pain to sort additional costs. Yeah, I guess just because like I wouldn't be thinking about doing this for like years down the line. So it just feels silly to do it now. You know what I mean? Like it's just like another thing to sort, especially when it's your first property. Like you don't even want to like think about renting that out, but probably would be a smart thing to sort it now, to be fair. I don't know. I want to know which fib we're like rejecting out of right now. I would love to know that. I feel like we're gonna come up to those. To be fair, we rejected from the -4 and then just manipulated, and now we're pushing. I just feel like the equal highs are gonna get swept out, you know? And this rejection from the -4 is honestly really nice. That's what I'm thinking also. That's freaking awesome. Holy shit, dude. That's so awesome. I've just got some really good news that I can't tell you, but I wish that I could. Oops. Damn, my phone is blowing up. We have SMT right here. We're rejecting from a -4 fib level. Kind of interested in some longs off OTE here. At least until those equal highs are taken out. Or off 0.5. Like, I feel like something like that could be really clean. You know? Let me see whether I could trade. Oh, damn. Okay, no. I'd have to trade micro, yes. If I wanted to do that. I don't even know whether we'll get the retrace, to be honest. Let me put NQ on this side. See what's going on. I'm definitely gonna come and swipe those. I would be really shocked if we didn't. But I don't think I'm gonna get an entry before those have been taken, honestly. Which is kind of sad. But oh well. I'm gonna set a limit just in case. I would assume that it won't get filled. I would just want to take like a little scalp, honestly. To like this high, maybe? I don't think this is gonna get filled. I don't think this is gonna get filled. That is so sad. I think you put in a low right there, but bullshit is imbalanced. Yeah, I just think the ES chart looks a little cleaner, to be honest, than NQ right now. This -4 did play on actual ES, just not on micros. Oh, damn. I can put my entry way lower than that. Oh no, never mind, I'm tripping. Move the fib. Okay, yeah. Entry would have, I want to do 10. I want to do 10 macros, I think. Yeah, that's good. That's a good amount of risk. I need to keep monitoring NQ. If NQ takes out the equal highs before we retrace, then I don't want to get involved. But this seems like a nice fib projection. I think we will take out those highs. It makes sense to put in another set of relative equal highs also. But NQ did put in a low here, so there's potential the NQ will just bounce off this 0.5 and take those equal highs. I'll delete my limits if the equal highs get snatched. For sure. But I think this is a good trade. Looks like we'll be taking this inside of a 5-minute fair value gap, which is super nice. Yeah, I think this makes sense. For us to come snatch the equal highs. We got some SMT right here. Yeah, we got a lot of confluences lining up. I think this is pretty A+. I'm happy to take a stab at this for sure. Ugh. Trading with 10 micros on ES, just so that I can take a partial. I will definitely be taking partials in this, as there is potential for us to just sweep out those equal highs and reverse. So if we do get there, I'd probably take a partial once the equal highs on NQ is swept. But we'll see what happens. That swing high right there. No. I'm locked in, sorry. People are talking to me in the chat. I'll talk to you in a minute. I'll talk to you in a minute. I'm just logged in. Something that feels really weird, but I'd actually highly recommend while you've set your limits or once your limits have been filled or while you're in drawdown, whatever, is to actually just like really focus on your breathing. Like I feel it helps a lot with like preventing your body from going into fight or flight. Like you'll know exactly what I mean. Like when you feel tight chested, like shortness of breath, like your heart is just like beating when you're in drawdown, that type of vibe. Like it's actually really useful to just focus on your breath. So yeah, I'd recommend. I think this is nice. There's no way we're not going to fill 0.5 there inside of a 5-minute gap. Like that just makes a ton of sense. Well, there is a way that that won't happen, but I'm hoping. I'm hoping that will get filled at least. Damn. No way. No way. Don't sweep the equal highs, dude. I'm trying to get filled. Uh-oh. 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 This doesn't look good. This doesn't look like we're gonna get filled. Oh, damn. Don't sweep the equal highs. Don't sweep the equal highs. Don't sweep the equal highs. There's still a chance, but not very likely. But I have actually got stopped out on a trade like this where we have an imbalanced range below, but we have my entry model where we sweep below and break above a high, and then I enter at OTE with my stop loss here, and I've got stopped out. So I definitely wouldn't enter OTA of this leg when we're imbalanced below. Damn. All right. If I get swept, I'm gonna delete my limits and reassess. I don't have to move this up. That's still okay. Risk. Okay, we didn't actually sweep them, so I'm gonna leave my limit. I don't know what that is. I've now put an S&T in right here though. We still have equal highs, and we just added another stacked high, so. This thing is so slow. No, guys, sorry, I'm just reading the chat just now. Please do not reply to any if you get any messages off me, because they are really likely not me. I have a lot of scammers out there, so please just be mindful of that. Not really a fan of that SMT. Like, I'm really not. If the SMT wasn't there, so I'd be still happy to keep my limits, but I'm just really not a fan of that. So I'm gonna get rid of this. I feel I would be annoyed at myself if I still had that when we have like such a prominent SMT here. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's not my vibe right now. So we can leave the trade there, we can forward test, but I don't have data to suggest that I would still take a setup when we have such prominent SMT at the highs, you know? Even though we have equal highs, but yeah. Yeah, I did edge my limit, unfortunately. Kind of sad, but oh well. Honestly, I would be surprised if it didn't sweep the highs before it would have filled my limit anyway, but I'm not comfortable with having a limit there with that SMT. So we can see whether the trade would have played out or not, and I can journal from it and learn, obviously, but I'm just not comfortable taking that with that SMT. I'm really not. $350 viewers, god damn. Appreciate you all for being here. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. We are so close to 10K subscribers, which is insane. I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. So please subscribe. Okay, we would have got filled right here. So let's see how the trade would have gone. Let me see how many subscribers we're at right now. We are at 9,790 subscribers. Oh my gosh, we are so close. Read my comment. Wow. The SMT is an incredible confluence. No, so SMT is it basically stands for smart money technique or smart money tool. It's basically ICT's concept, and you're looking for a difference between correlated assets, and when that difference occurs, it's a good sign of reversal. So if I see SMT at a high or a low, so if ES sweeps a high but NQ doesn't sweep that high, that's SMT, and like it's a good extra confluence for reversal basically. Okay, right now we would be bottom ticking the entry, but we did just put in, oh no, they're not really equal lows, it's not swing low, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah. Dude, there's no need to do caps. You can tell me your model, but I'm not going to trade with it because I have my own model that I'm trading. I just subscribed. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. I appreciate you for subscribing. When I started trading back in the 1800s, there were never any prop firms, so I started and always have traded my own private account. I'm thinking of switching and just trade using prop firms for risk. What is your opinion? I think for evals, Look at this. Okay, I would have had to like go break even right there because NQ just took out those equal highs. So let me just put that on there. What was I saying? I think for evals, I would say risk pretty heavy, especially because you have prior trading knowledge. I just think it's a good idea to risk pretty heavy on evals, but it depends how conservative you want to be. And then once you get to the funded stage, I'd recommend risking like 0.5%, honestly. Damn, guys, this shit is playing. It's kind of sad. I'm not even sure whether I would have got filled there though. Like my limit would have literally just been tapped. So that's kind of sad, but I'm happy I didn't take it because if it lost, then I would have been annoyed at myself because in my eyes that wasn't A+ with that SMT. So yeah, I'm happy with myself for not taking that, honestly. Patience is key. Yeah, I'm gonna start streaming on Kick. I was meant to set that up today, but I ran out of time before my stream. So hopefully for tomorrow, I'm gonna be streaming on Kick as well. I told you the model, it's amazing. This isn't your model. I'm trading my model right now. Maybe your model has similar confluences to mine, but I don't know. Claudia, did you say guard them after you mentioned the number of your subs? What do you mean? Damn, guys, look at this fly. Only would have been a 2R, but still clean though. I streamed Minecraft on Twitch. Do you think it would do better on Kick or no? Damn. Okay, that's kind of sad. That is kind of sad indeed, but whatever. Okay, let me go back onto NQ being right here and yes. Yes, being right there. That was a nice forward test. Sad that I didn't take it, but also happy because in my eyes it wasn't A+, so I'm being patient, which is more important than profit. Okay, we got this 2.5 right there on ES. We just made relative equal highs with the New York PM high right here. Guard them? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't think I said that. I don't think I said that, but maybe I did say that. I don't know. Do you think I should stream trading on Twitch? I could. I could do that. I don't know how to stream on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Okay, we're rejecting from this negative 2.5, but I don't like that we've put in that equal high with New York PM high. Damn, that would have actually been a bottom tick entry. It really would. That would have been so fire. That's so sad. But oh well. Not really a high R trade. Yeah, I'm aware you can multi-stream, but I just don't know how to do that. Now my entry was right here, 402.25. fairly sure it was at 402. I lined it up with the 0.5, hopefully. What's the low of this candle? Yeah, 402.25. Maybe not, to be fair. The limit might have not been exact. I don't know. But it doesn't really matter because I didn't flip and take it anyways. My thoughts about CISD. I don't mind them. I don't really use them, to be honest. I don't really use them as a confluence. Oh. I combine like standard deviation and fib levels with key draws on liquidity and like higher time frame PD arrays. So like this entry that I did want to take here, I didn't take it because I didn't like the SMT, but this entry right here, I wanted to enter at the 0.5 of this range after we rejected off this -4 standard deviation leg. And as you can see, if I go to the 5-minute chart, this 0.5 is like, I'm fairly sure it lines up with the midpoint of this fair value gap. Nearly lines up with the midpoint of this fair value gap, which is nice. So that's like a great entry point for me. So lining up PD arrays and OTE is always nice. Okay, we did get a rejection from that -2.5 right there. I do like. I'm gonna draw out this manipulation. I want to get rid of that. We still didn't sweep that. Damn. Damn. You guys taken any trades today? Or no? I've only taken one break even so far. I just think ES is respecting the fibs way more than NQ is today. I just don't really see any nice NQ fibs at all. I just prefer them. I just find them accurate and you can find the tops and bottoms nicely. To be honest, like this 2.5 called the top of this short move, this -4 called the low of this bullish move. Like, I just like that. I think using standard deviation is a good way to figure out which higher time frame PD arrays and draws and liquidity are going to play out and which aren't. I believe we will take New York PM high on yeah, I think that would make sense. I don't know my bias for New York Open right now because I expected the New York reversal to play out during pre-market, but it really hasn't. So maybe shorts. For the fib that hit -4, why did you draw from the wick to the middle of the two candles? Should you draw to the top of the body instead of the middle of the two candles? This one? Oh, I always draw it to the body low. So you can see this swing low. I always draw it to the body. Okay, that's New York PM high swept. Got -2.5 rejecting here on thank you. I want to project this manipulation leg. 2.5 honestly rejected really nicely though. Got this. I'm glad that we swept this out. I think that's really nice. I wouldn't be surprised if we came and take previous daily high, which is right here. I don't know whether I have it marked on. Oh, it's not really in close proximity on ES, to be honest. Let me just mark that out. That's kind of sad. That's a nice forward test though. I like that. I'm just going to screenshot that so I can have that in my note. Go. I like this rejection, honestly. Let me just see the 1 hour. Alright, we just took out that 1 hour high. I like this rejection from 2.5, honestly. I like seeing a manipulation into a 2.5 or a -4. And obviously we've swept out these highs, which I anticipated. When we sweep out London high and we put in a high super early in pre-market, I always expect that to get swept out before performing that New York reversal, which it makes sense for us to have that New York reversal today. We had consolidation in Asia, directional move London. I expect that sweep of London high and reversal bearish. I must admit though, the daily candle today just does look bullish. Like this does not look very bearish, but it kind of makes sense for us to potentially have that New York reversal, especially after 10 a.m. because we're going to have this unmitigated, unfilled hourly, 4-hourly value gap. So we just took out an hourly high, we just took out New York PM high and this high, so it makes sense for us to reverse, at least in the short term, in my opinion. I honestly like this. I like this. We have a rejection from -4 also. After sweeping out New York PM high. think if we get this sweep, I would be open to taking an entry. This looks pretty A+ to me. We have a lot of low resistance liquidity below. So let me just right now. Yeah, I like that. I do really like that. I'm willing to give this a shot. This is a pretty good setup. If I'm wrong, then we're going to come to previous daily high, but I'm definitely willing to give this a shot. To be honest with you, I want to do 5. I want to do slightly less risk for this. We do have previous daily high in close proximity, so I usually risk 250, but I'm going to risk 200 on this trade. Keep that risk slightly lower due to previous daily high being in close proximity. I feel like that's a good plan for me right now. Have this lovely manipulation leg coming down. We have a lot of low resistance liquidity below, so you know, just monitor what ES is doing right now. Yeah, this looks pretty solid. Okay, I'm happy that ES has swept that out right now. And we don't have an S&T at the low. Come on, come and tap me in. Come and tap me in. Oh, damn. Don't do this. That's probably too much risk for me, honestly. We just gonna dump for real? Yeah, I don't want to do too much risk on this one. Come on, at least tap me in this time. I got break even and then didn't tap me in and then put in SMT, so I didn't like the position anymore. So this is a good rejection from -4 though. I like that a lot. We sweep this external sell side right now. I'll probably cancel my limit. I feel like I don't want to have a stop loss that huge. I feel it's just not the best. I'd want to wait for some sort of continuation model. Come on. Tap me in for real. Honestly, I think something like that could be nice. Yeah, if we sweep out that low, I wouldn't be interested unless I see a continuation entry, because this level that I've marked out here in the black, that would be my break-even point, so. Because that is the high of this 15-minute bullish gap. Are we gonna get filled? Or nah? Or nah? Are we gonna get filled or nah? I don't know. I hope so. That would be awesome. Yeah, I have blown funded accounts. For sure. Not really many, to be fair. Not blown many fundeds. I've blown more evals than fundeds. But yeah, I blew my first ever funded account that I got because I kind of had an emotional attachment to it, so it just needed to happen. Nice on the 2-minute. 2-minute gap below. Dun, 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 dun. Looks like we're gonna get filled right now. Maybe, she says. Or maybe. Okay. Whoa. I only filled 2 of my contract. Dude. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? No, surely we're not being so for real. Dude. Really? I don't even know whether my limit is still there for the other two. How do I know that? Oh, it is still there. Okay. I didn't even fill all of my limits. There we go. Now we're properly in. I mean, it would have been a nice entry for sure, but I would have been risking like $100. So it wouldn't have been the most ideal scenario in the world. That's going to be my break-even point. I feel like the external lows are the best place to go break-even. And that saved me today as well. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of how ES has not rebalanced, to be honest. Not the biggest fan of that. Not the most ideal situation. But we move. We're in the trade now. We're going to let it ride and see what happens. Not a lot we can do. This low is... Okay, got it. Got it, got it, got it. This looks nice so far on the 2-minute. If we can hold this candle bearish, I'd be super happy about that. We do have some SMT. ES is actually weaker, but we wouldn't have got tapped in if I was trading ES. I'm not too mad about it, but I'm just going to be wary of this. ES actually doesn't have... Oh, ES is inside of a 15-minute gap right now. Okay, well that's not the most ideal situation in the world either, to be honest, but okay, we'll follow through. If my trade idea is correct, it shouldn't matter, but we have... Okay, they're not even equal lows. I don't know why it marks out these lows when that is just not a swing low, you know what I mean? Like, how is that helpful? I mean, maybe it's like a 30-second swing low or a 15-second, to be fair. Yeah, ES is definitely a lot weaker right now, so I'm gonna be mindful of that. I'm gonna draw out some ES fibs. Let me delete that. That's not even useful right now. This is my break-even point on NQ. So I'm just going to be mindful of that in case we have SMT, which there is potential for sure. This plays, that's going to be such a nice entry. I don't want to jinx anything, but that would be a real nice entry, not gonna lie. I would love to be break even before the 9 a.m. Candle open, to be honest. I would love that a lot. I think it makes sense for the 9 a.m. candle to be bearish though, looking at this, to be honest. I really think so. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. We'll soon frickin' find out. That's for sure. ES is still not rebalanced this range that we have, this full range. So that is slightly concerning, to be honest. But hopefully it will leave it unbalanced. That would be awesome for us. That wants to happen. If it doesn't, we should hopefully still have room to stay in the trade wants to rebalance to 0.5 up here. I'm hoping we would still have room to stay in. I'm hoping it doesn't want to do that. But if it does, I feel we'd still have room. The worst case scenario would be if NQ put in an an SMT at this high with ES, and ES was more bearish. That would be tragic. That would be really tragic. I don't know whether we're gonna get break even before the 9 a.m. candle. Not ideal. You know what I'd love? A bearish Drake candle right now. Not to state the obvious, but I would really, really love that. Do we manifest? Let's all manifest a bearish Drake candle right now. Everybody say there will be a bearish Drake candle. Everybody say it aloud. Okay, not what I wanted. I wanted a bearish one. It's just chop. Straight candle, straight candle, straight candle. Yo, if we continue, it might Heike be listening to me. On a real. Straight candle, straight candle. No way. No, I manifested that shit. You just saw me do that live. That's actually crazy. How many points is this? It's probably not even that many points, but still. It feels like a lot, okay? Feels like a lot. Okay, it's literally 17 points, but still. You know, I feel like we manifested that together. That was really fun. I love that. That's so funny. Okay. This really needs to stay bearish now. Otherwise, that's kind of embarrassing. That's actually so funny. Guys, this is the new method, by the way. You just have to manifest your candles. Like, it's the new method, scientifically proven, here live on stream. So do with that what you will. I'd better not get stopped out now, otherwise it'll be really embarrassing. So yeah, please NASDAQ, just be nice to me for today. Like, I would really appreciate if we could just cooperate for today, because otherwise all my viewers are gonna think that I'm weird and I'm not actually a witch. Yeah, I'm actually moving the market, so yeah. Manifesting works, guys. You've seen it live. Oh, that's funny. Oh yeah, I do believe in magic. I love manifestation. Hi sister, how are you doing today? I'm doing great. How are you doing today? I'm doing dandy. Top 10 toughest moment. I'm gonna clip that. That's actually so funny. Alan, can you please mark down how... Oh, no, can you please just write down 2 hours 30 and send it to me so I can clip this, because I feel like that's funny. The emotions are really evolving. Instead of crashing out, we're manifesting. Someone just said, you are crazy with love heart. I love that. I love being called crazy. Like, I don't find being called crazy an insult whatsoever. I think that is the best compliment anyone could give me, is calling me crazy. Like, imagine someone calling you boring. That is like my worst fear. Although this moment was aura, I've got to say my top aura moment was when I top ticked all-time highs, when everyone was telling me not to short. That was my biggest aura moment by far. I'm not gonna lie, it really was. dollar's falling. Oh dear. That's not ideal, is it? Look at the dollar side. No, it's not. Why are you lying to me? Why are you lying to me like that? The dollar's pumping. Why would you scare me like that? That's so funny. Okay, I'm going break even there. I'm gonna drag my stop to that high so it's in profit a little bit. All right. Alrighty, righty. I want to just turn this into an OTE Fibonacci. Oh, that should rhymed. That should rhymed. OTE Fibonacci. Oh, I only have 4 contracts on. I forgot. I thought I had 6 for some reason. I don't know where I got that from, to be honest. I think this is going to be on New York reversal, honestly. So that will be lit. That will be so lit. Yeah, our buy stop limit is way above the consequent encroachment of this hourly candle, so I feel like we are so chilling. We're so chilling. We're chilling, char grilling. That's what we are, in my expert opinion. We're chilling, char grilling. I hope, she says. Okay, I think a little partial may be required at some point soon. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to do that. Okay, we're inside the 15-minute gap still, so where do I want to take a partial, guys? I don't know. I don't really know where I would like to right now. I'm still considering. Let me get rid of this real quick. Let's not pump back up. That would not be ideal at all. Not do that. I don't know where I want to take a partial. I don't know. I really feel like this is gonna dump though. I don't want to just be taking partials just to keep people happy, you know? I don't really fuck with partials that much. I don't really mess with partials. I just like holding everything and then seeing all my profits disappear. That's my vibe. I'm gonna take 1 contract off right there. Like, that's smart. Buy 1 limit. I'm gonna take 1 off at this negative 2.5. No, maybe I should take 2 there. I feel like do that. And then we'll leave 1 runner. I think that's the vibe right now, because I think this could be the high of the New York reversal if it's going to play. So I want to try and hold some stuff if that's going to be the case. But I could also be wrong, so we want to take partials just in case. And I think this low is a nice place to take a partial, honestly. Trading my feelings. I'm not trading my feelings, dude. You passed your eval. Let's fucking go. That's awesome. I want to put my trade syncer thing on the screen. I feel like that's cool to have on. Should I put it on? Let me do that. I haven't had any music this whole thing. Why did no one ask me for music? Does no one care about having music anymore? Okay, let me put a window capture on. Okay. Of this. Sorry, it will disappear in a moment. Just give me a minute to just do that. Oh, wow, it's so far away. Can't really see what I'm doing. My OBS is so weird right now. Let me just close these windows. There we go, now I can see a bit better. Okay. Let's just do those 2 and then do that thing. Oh no, I kind of want... Oh my gosh, I'm moving everything around. I want, say, like MNQ or something. But it does not say that. Oh no, it does. It says MNQ. Okay. I'll just leave that in the corner. I feel like that's kind of cool to have, you know? Or should I have it right here? Have that right there. Nice. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. You should still be able to see it. Hope. Oh. Dude. What? Okay. Hold on. I messed up. Now you should be able to see it. Maybe. Wait. Oh my gosh. I'm actually a noob. I'm actually a noob. Okay. Wait. I want this like that. Okay. Okay. There we go. Gosh, it's complicated, this OBS stuff. I promise you, it's really complicated. Claudia, you are the music. You know what? You're right. You're right. You're right, dude. You're right. ES is way more bearish. This is so sad. If I just stretch it out, then it looks more bearish. You know what I mean? That is the method. That is the method. You secured partials? Nice. This is the second trade because I took a break even, but it stopped me out slightly negative. I don't know why it does that. Guys, let's manifest another bearish straight candle. Everybody close their eyes. Everybody think of joy and peace and laughter and love and think of bearish straight candles. Everybody together now say, there will be a bearish straight candle on NQ. There's our manifestation done. Let's see whether we'll get the bearish straight candle. In fact, no, that's the wrong way to talk. We have to say, we will get a bearish straight candle. That is the... This is so cooked. This is so cooked. Come on, I want a bearish straight candle. Bearish straight candle. Bearish straight. Come on. The mic shouldn't be low volume. No one else has said that this time, and Alan said that my Alan said that my sound is fine, and what Alan said goes. So come on, bearish straight candle right now. Right here, right now. Boom, bearish straight candle. I think we just put in an SMT. Oh, we did. So we're gonna have a bearish straight candle right now because we just put in the SMT. Oh yeah. You ready? You ready to see it? You ready to see it? I'm just saying this shit in case it happens, because then I can clip it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Did I draw these out? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, why is it not gone when it's been mitigated? Come on, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see this bearish candle, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. I think it's waiting. It's waiting for something. I don't know what though. No, I also draw out 5-minute standard deviation as well, but I just kind of decide which looks better, I'll be honest. Oh, we tapped into that 5-minute bearish gap. Okay, with SMT. That's pretty nice, in my opinion. We can hold this SMT. And by hold the SMT, I mean to go down, not up. You know? That's usually what that means. It's usually what that means, NASDAQ. It usually means to go down. That bearish diddy candle is going to be right now. You know? Okay, we got more. Oh, no, we don't. We don't. I lied. I literally lied. I'm literally lying to your face. Literally lied. I'm really hoping this hits, because if this hits full TP, then I can post my little trade sync card on my story, and then I can say, to get 50% off Alpha Futures accounts, use code Claudia. I feel like that's pretty, that's aura with my little trade sync card, you know? I think so. I think that's pretty aura. That's 100 million aura points. Bearish diddy candle, please. Bearish diddy candle, bearish diddy candle, bearish diddy candle. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Bearish diddy candle. I know that there's one coming. I just don't know when. I just don't know when. What do I want to do with the money? What money? Am I trading? Like any trading profits, you mean? You can edit my trade sync cards. I don't need, no, hell no. We're transparent around here. I'll be sure I'm red trade sync cards just for the vibes. Just for the vibes. Drake candle, Drake candle, Drake candle. Please give me a Drake candle. I thought Drake candle was like a, is it not? Is it not? Am I saying the wrong thing? I don't know. I'm not that well educated on brain rot, to be honest. Relative equal highs where? Where? I don't see them. Oh, I want a Diddy wick. Do I? Is Central see my neighbor? No. Thankfully. Thankfully not, no. Why is a big candle called a Diddy wick? I don't really understand that. I thought that would be a small one. Maybe we shouldn't have this conversation. I don't know. Maybe not. SD wick. You don't like the equal lows? Wait, why? You wick, that's so funny. What is this chat coming to? What is this coming to? What are we like, eh? Can't take us anywhere. Can't take us anywhere. Yeah, I only trade pre-market. I don't like after 9:30. It's really scary. Really, 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 really scary. Can you tap replay and put it on 5 times? I need the dope. Real. That is so real. I'll do it. If we hit full TP, we can watch it in replay like 3 times. What is this consolidation? Why are we consolidating? Should we watch the 15 seconds so we can get some more dopamine? Some more cortisol spikes and things. This is good. I like watching this. This is great. I'm from the UK. Can we watch the 5 second? Let's go for it. Let's watch the 5 second. I'm trying to see what's going on here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I don't like the 5 second. This is awful. This is awful. I hate this. This is the worst. Oh, it's good now. I like it now. This is great. I love the 5 second. Yes. This is brilliant. There is no news at 9:15. There's no news today till 2 p.m. Okay, I don't like the 5 second anymore. I like the 5 second when we have bearish candles. Then it's really fun. Oh, what is that? Okay, I don't like this. I don't like this. This is too much for me. This is too much for me to handle. No, this is not my live capital. This is a funded account. Well, I'm copy trading 2 funded accounts. Got the world in her hands. Make her twirl when she dance. Yeah. Got the world in her hands. I can't sing the chorus of that song. If anyone knows that song, then you'll understand. You'll understand why. If we get to 9:30 and I haven't hit a partial, I will just take 1 contract off, maybe even 2, to be honest. We invest the 15-minute. So we did. Not like very nicely though, I'll be real. Not the nicest inversion in the world. Dump it. Come on. Where's my flippin' huge bearish candle that I've been manifesting for ages? Like, where is that? I'm waiting to see that. I just wanna. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. Put that high. There we go. You set a buy limit, you just right click on your mouse and then it comes up. And you can change the amount by changing the number right here. So if I change it to 1 and then I right click, it lets me do 1. That's how I like to do it anyway. I think you can do it on the DOM as well, but I don't really know how to use that. I'll be real. Once ES sweeps this low, I'm gonna take one contract off because we'll have SMT there, so. Dun, 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 dun. I don't enjoy trailing my stop before I've taken partials, to be honest. I feel like partials is a better move for me because then you give the trade more room to run. Because this, like, I'd still be fine if this came back up to 0.5. Like, this whole range is in balance. We never rebalanced to 0.5, so I'm happy with that. So I don't want to trail my stop until it makes sense for me too, you know? I need to stop clicking things so that I can see my P&L. I'm gonna brush my hair. I'm recording this right now so I can clip it. So I gotta brush my hair so I look presentable in my clip. mm, mm, mm. This shit's waiting for 9:30. It really is. Mm, 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 mm. What are we doing? We came so close, dude. What are we doing? Oh. Why is the biggest candle we've had in ages a flipping bullish candle? I was so close to taking a partial. And then this happened. Why would it do that to me? Why would it do that to me? Why do we have to rebalance right before my partial? Why would we do that? That just feels really mean. Is this OF? How does me saying Drake candle even link to OF whatsoever? Like, a girl makes a joke and all of a sudden, like, it's only fact. Can't have any fun round here anymore. Can't have any fun around here anymore. You've all gone soft. I actually didn't even mean that. I swear. Okay, we rebalanced. That little wick there was interesting. have partials, I just haven't taken one yet. Yeah, I did note this 4-hour bullish gap, but it's not going to be fully formed until 10 a.m. and I hope to be out of this trade way before 10 a.m. So, no. I'm just basing my target based on this low resistance liquidity we have next to us, and this lines up with a fib, like we have this negative 2.5 in close proximity, so that's where I'm going to take. I'm taking some off at this low, which lines up with negative 2, and then some off at this negative 2.5. And then I'm going to hold one contract because I feel this could be the high of the New York reversal. But obviously we have 9:30 incoming, so I want to be conservative. I don't really care about my P&L being green. I want to move my stop based on logic and what the charts tell me. And right now it still makes sense for us to trade back up into OTE of this range, you know? Like, I don't want to just move my stop because of emotions and because I'm in some profit. Like, if I get stopped out here or here, like, it's not going to make a difference to my funded account, and my payout might be $30 more. Like, I don't really care, you know? I'd rather give the trade more room. So that's just my logic about it. I want to take partials where it's logical to take partials. And if the trade reverses on me before it hits my partials, then I'm wrong about my analysis, because in my analysis, this trade should come down to at least this area based on the fib, if this is the high. If that doesn't happen, then this isn't the high, and the New York reversal, the idea that, which is my whole basis around this trade, is wrong, you know? And it's fine to be wrong sometimes, but I don't want to just take partials because of emotions, you know? Holy shit, that was the candle. That was the candle that I manifested. I'm not even kidding. It actually was. I'm not even kidding. Damn. We're getting close to 9:30 right now. $27. You also manifested with me. Love that. You the goat, for real. My partials are not my objective. My full TP would be London low. I'm not going to hold to London low because I have a consistency rule I have to meet. But if I was on a live account, my full objective would be London low. Yeah, I'm going to hold some of my contracts into market open. I'm going to see where we're at in like a couple minutes time. And then I'll, like if we get to 9:30 and none of my partials have been filled. No, if we get to like 9:29, then I'll take a contract or two off and then let the other two ride. If I'm right, this thing should continue dumping. So, yeah. But I only have limits on for 3 out of 4 of my contracts. All right, I'm gonna. Okay, it filled anyway. Nice. Let me delete this and move that to 3 now. Cool. Let me mark this level out. Actually, no, let me mark out the 2.5. I'm gonna get ready to take 2 contracts off if we hit 2.5 on ES. We're at 9:29. All right, there we go. I'm gonna delete that and just do L2 limit right there. Come on, there we go. Dude, oh my god, dude, why did I just do that? I didn't mean to do that. I'm actually so silly. Wait, I'm so confused right now. Why am I in with this many contracts? What is going on? Please help. Why is there no... Oh my god, I'm so confused. Dude. Can you please just take me out? Bro, I'm actually an idiot. Like, what is going on? I did this last time. If I knew how to use TradingView, it'd be over for everybody. Right. I'm just full closing that because I'm an idiot. And I'm not dealing with that at 9:30. Like, dude. I'm actually an idiot. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I just did that. What did I do? I think I sold 2 more contracts by accident when I was meant to buy. Dude. That is so unbelievably silly. We still made nearly $600 in profit, so I'm not mad about it at all, but I'm actually... I need to learn how to use TradingView. For real. That is so silly. Okay, well, we can see whether this would play out all the way down. This 2.5 seems to be playing right now. I would have still had my stop loss at pretty much break even, because I would have wanted to just allow this to have some room, especially at the open. Damn, I clicked sell instead of buy. I'm so silly. Okay, we still got like a pretty good fill, to be honest. We full closed right there. We got over 3R. That's not bad at all. I only risked 200 on this trade too. Okay, I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that at all. I'm just silly. I'm actually so silly. Okay, we'd still be in the trade so far. Let's see whether this thing is going to continue dumping. I would only be in this trade with 1 contract right now, because this was my partial, this 2.5. Oh no, this 2.5 did not fill. Damn, that would have been so tough. Oh no, I would have taken the 2 contracts off at this negative 2.5, so I would only be in 1 contract, so we can see whether my runner would have played out or not. I know, I'm super happy I closed that. When I'm in a panic and if I make a mistake, the best idea is to just close the trade rather than try and ride it out. I always think. Let's see, we would still be in the trade. My stop loss would be at this high right here. So we'll see. Damn, ES is dumping. You see ES? Oh, damn. I think NQ will follow, but that's crazy. Look at that. NQ. Damn, we would be so close. This would be my buy stop right here. Let's see. Boom, I would have got stopped out. Okay, nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm happy we took full TP. It was a blessing in disguise that I made the mistake, so it's all good. Caught a nice 3R trade there. Very happy with that. Very A+. Very happy I didn't listen to people. There was a large majority of people in this chat saying, don't sell there, we're bullish. So, I'm glad I didn't listen to you. No offense. Appreciate you being here, but I'm glad I didn't listen to you. Nice, good stuff. Okay, banger trade. Can everybody spam W in the chat? I would really appreciate that so I can take a nice little story on my Instagram. I would really appreciate it if you guys could Could spam the W button. I would love that a lot. Have this trade up on the screen, nice and big. Like so. Very, very nice. Let's go. Awesome. No, I didn't buy. Cool, thank you guys, appreciate you. Let's go. Norman Diaz can open his wine now. Let's freaking go. Okay, I'm gonna hop off right now. My work for today is done. I'm gonna go and enjoy the rest of my day. I'm gonna go and eat my lunch. I got some salmon, teriyaki, and rice. Really excited to eat that. I'm starving. Appreciate you guys all for being here. W3R shorts. W entry, by the way. We literally had 2 points of drawdown. Super nice. Okay, appreciate you guys for being here. I'll be back live tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. EST to trade the pre-market session again with you guys, and I'll be here Friday as well. If you guys do want to trade with Alpha Futures, make sure to use my discount code Claudia at checkout to get 50% off. This is unlimited use. This is the biggest sale they've ever done, so if you do like trading with them, it's worth doing. And if you do use my discount code, feel free to join the Discord pinned in chat and open a ticket, send me your order confirmation, and I will add you extra entries into my weekly giveaway so you get an extra chance to win a free eval on top of that. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.